So we're going to go into a section talking about circles, and two things that we're going to talk about, particularly with circles, is circumference and area. Circumference is like perimeter of a rectangle or quadrilateral or any other shape. It's the distance around the outside. Now, circles are a little bit different, obviously. Um, there's two formulas for circumference. Circumference is equal pi times diameter, and this pi is a number that is approximately 3.14. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to locate the pi button on the calculators that you use in class. Our best approximation is on the calculator. And again, when I say pi is equal to 3.14, that is an approximation, which is what the squiggly equal sign means. The formula for the area, again, the area is still the number of little 1 unit squares that you fit inside a figure. But for a circle, the formula is a is equal to pi r squared. So make sure that we get those formulas for circumference and area onto our note sheet in classroom. All right, first question. So let's find the area of circle K. This is the circle symbol, which you may have guessed, in terms of pi. Now, when we say in terms of pi, that means it's okay to put pi in your answer. You don't have to approximate it on your calculator. You don't have to hit the pi button on your calculator when it says in terms of pi. Formula that we're going to write is a is equal to pi r squared. Okay, and in the picture, they give me this. This is the distance all the way across that goes through the center. That's called a diameter. I think most students know that. So if the diameter is 6, your radius then would have to be 3. And the formula for the area of a circle is based on the length of the radius. So a is equal to pi times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. And I have 9 pi inches squared. Now notice again that I'm leaving my answer in terms of pi. In terms of pi means that there is a pi in your answer. We're done. If you were to punch it into your calculator, you would get an approximation, and they would tell you to round to the nearest whatever, 10th, 100th, whatever. I already talked about that the pi button gives you the best approximation for pi on your calculator. And it says this at the end, always wait until the last step to round. One mistake that a lot of people in geometry will make is that they round all the way through and they can't figure out why their answer is off from the book's answer. Try and round on the very last step. You can use your calculator to help you to do that. All right, it says given the diameter, find the area of each circle, round to the nearest 10th. I'm not going to do all these. We just did one like it. A is equal to pi r squared is my formula for area. In this case, the diameter is 24, so that means my radius is equal to 12. Okay, so then I have pi times 12 squared, which is 144 pi. Now that's the answer in terms of pi. Go back to the directions. They say round to the nearest 10th. So I'm going to get my calculator out. And we have 144 times pi, 144. My calculator's not working right now. Here we go, 144. And then the pi button is right there, right above the upwards arrow. So I hit pi, get a little glare on my calculator here. I get equals. I get 542.38. I'm sorry, 452.38. It says round to the nearest 10th. So that's 452.4 centimeters squared. Okay, so there's another example of that. All right, let's look at the second example they have us do. It says a drum kit contains 3 drums with diameters of 10 inches, 12, 14. Find their circumference. Notice in this one, they want you to find the circumference. So that's the distance around the outside. Circumference is equal to pi times diameter is our formula, or circumference is equal to 2 pi r. They give us the diameter, so we're going to use the first formula here. They don't say what to round it to. Okay, so I'm going to leave my answer pi times 10, and usually the 10 comes in front of the pi. I'm going to leave my answer in terms of pi because if I punch it in my calculator, that's one more step, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to do one as few steps as I can possibly do. So my answer is 10 pi inches, and notice the units are just inches because circumference is like perimeter, which is the distance around the outside, not inches squared, but just inches. Okay, I believe that is it for our introduction to circles. Thanks for listening.